What's up? Sino loves the thick ladies, yes. I don't think I would smash Rihanna. I think she didn't let too many people smash. Thank you, Mr. Harris. I appreciate that. So, this is it. What is your favorite episode? Mel Will has come to the live chat and said, I never watched it, even though this is a live chat about power. Wow. Wow. Then you got a lot of binge watching to do. When Tommy killed Holly. Yeah, that was a powerful episode. But it was, but to that one, that was a big one. But I'm going to tell you, well, Mel, you're going to hear a lot of spoilers in here. So in case you don't want to hear it, you can go and start from episode 1 right now. But the best episodes and the most popular episodes is Time's Up and Ghost is Dead. Those are my two favorites. I love those episodes. There's some from season 1 that I like too, but season 2 had some of the best episodes. Okay, Kendrick Jackson wants attention, everybody. Um, and the number 1 has been Time's Up. Time's Up was the biggest one ever, next to Ghost is Dead. They've been going back and forth. Time's Up is the one when 50 Cent kills his son. That episode when Sean gets killed. After he confronts Ghost, tells him about Tasha. A lot of stuff happened in that episode. You see how how Ghost got Tommy out of everything in that episode. That episode there is synonymous. Nobody saw 50 Cent killing Sean. I knew he was out. I knew Sean was out the moment he talked to his father. My father is crazy. If I didn't talk to my father the way he talked to his father like that, and a gun in my dad's hand, oh, I know I'm shot. I know I'm out of there. And what did he tell her? If I was Ghost, would I even tell you? If I'm Ghost, would I even answer that question? Then it breaks down. Meek is very aware of me. He knows exactly who I am. Because you good people tell him and send him everything I say. Oh, believe me, he knows. Because his dirtbag cousins tell him. Now, Tasha all day long. But those are the two standout episodes for me. I do like the episode, the one when they break Lobos out. That first episode there when they break Lobos out. I like the episode where she cloned his phone. But Ghost is Dead is my favorite. That's the one when him and Kanan have the fight at the end. Lobos is locked up in custody. Ghost is the one who breaks up the organization. He makes Ruiz take his daughter out of town and they leave New York forever. So now his daughter can't testify, so Angela gets to keep her job. So Ghost made sure she was protected by still getting Tommy out of jail. I like the arc of the show. The show never forgets. You see, the thing about Empire is they try to rush everything in one episode. And there's nothing connecting. There's so many people that come in and die and gone on Empire that they were no impact on the episodes whatsoever. Power don't do that. They take the time to let the characters develop. You know more about the characters and you don't even really was paying attention to them. You know more about all the characters on here more than you do Empire. I mean, you know more about Sax. You know more about all these detectives and every character on Power is important. They play a key. Oh, season 1 finale was great. Power. See that? We ain't got it on season 4 yet. You got to download the app. All right, here's the season 1 episodes. Well, Angel Medina is dirty. Exactly how we planned. The first episode. Whoever he is, this is real. Loyalty was a good episode too. Best laid plan. That was a good one. And then season 2. Like I said, this was the one here that had like all the great classic episodes. Once the show was really picked up and embraced, they were able to open up the script and really get into it. Oh, you already know Ray Donovan, my show. And there it is. Ghost is dead and time's up. Now, a lot of women like this episode. Why her? When Tasha confronts Ghost after she picks him up from jail and she saw them and she pulled over and go, why her? You know what you gonna do? You gonna keep sleeping with her until I tell you not to. You know, every girl in the world like that. That's right, girl. She took control. You see that? You gonna keep sleeping with her till I tell you to stop. And you got that. I'm running things now. I'll be like, boy, sit your thought butt down. She ain't in control of nothing. Oh, yeah, she was getting down all season 3. Shoot, Sean was coming up big time. He hit Lala this season. And he hit Lala this season. And he hit, what's his name? Tasha. Sean was having a good run. And he had a prostitute in there when 50 came home. Season 3, last season. Call Me Jane. The very first episode. This was the fallout season of all the stuff that happened, all the results. I called the shots. The Right Decision was a classic. Help Me. There's a lot of people. Help Me is a lot of people favorite episode. That's the one when he kills or what's her name? Holly. No, I don't want to see Nori nowhere on the show. Yeah, I watched Survivor's Remorse. It's all right. The Right Decision was good. In My Best Interest. Woo. The Right Decision. That was a classic. Everybody was glad to see Holly go. I thought, like, she had so much tension on there. You gonna miss Holly. And that's the thing about this. You become so attached to the characters that when they go, you be upset. Or like, man, you really notice them. That's from good writing. They made everybody hate Holly. People couldn't stand Holly. Well, I like what he represents, the son. He's not in a lot of episodes, but now he's getting his shine because he's of age. And you get to see the fallout or the results of his pain from him. His father never really thought about the effect his going with Angela had on the kids. Until he actually took his son out to the bar to where he worked and took his son to work and to be, be able to talk to his son man to man. And his son was acting out because he's angry, and once he acted out and did what he did, he got to hear the pain in his son's voice for the first time. Like, you just got up and, you forced us to introduce ourselves to Angela, and just without even having, you just left. And when you ain't even have a conversation with us, you ain't even tell us nothing. And he was right. He was right. He never told his son anything. He just up and left. And he never had a discussion with his kids. And then he just forced Angela on them. And it was at that moment in time Ghost knew he screwed up. And you could see it on his face. That's good writing. That's good acting. Because now he's seeing how his actions have affected his children. And then Don't Go. Right after The Right Decision was the powerful episode. That's the one where he breaks up with Angela. And breaks her heart. That was the first time Tasha and Angela ever met each other. Is when Tasha went over to the house to inspect the house. Momo, making money is my hobby. You should get one too. I'm a large supporter of the show Power. You should know that by now. If Power was all sex scenes, why do you think we've been sitting here for 20 minutes talking about the actual show and not once were we mentioned in a sex scene? Well, it's obviously that's why you watch the show. So they got those scenes in there just for you. So they got something for everybody. I think Angela time on the show is needed. I think she might end up taking her boss's position. She might end up running the entire division. When this is all said and done, she might be in charge. I don't think her and Ghost ever gonna hook back up. But now that she knows what he is, she knows what Tommy is, her goals won't stop. She will still pursue him. So, for all the people in here, what is your favorite episode? Tasha, Tasha, Tasha. Without a fraction of a doubt. I don't have to drop a freestyle about the show. 50 made a song that fits the show perfect. Tasha got her beat every way around the board. When I first heard this coming out, I said, well, this is based off 50 Cent. This is him. Street thug turned into a businessman. When they first was bringing this out and they had this poster board, and I said, this show is going to take off. They got the right actor to play this role. This show is going to take off. Why would I need to drop a Meek Mill diss? Meek Mill is a walking diss himself. All I got to do is put up whatever he do next. Well, Angela, she was like completely naked for three seasons. Until they broke up. My goodness, she was getting nailed every episode. No, they wanted 50 to play because it would have saved them time. But 50 couldn't dedicate all his time to playing Ghost. But just to get it approved and greenlit, the character of Ghost was going to be played by 50 Cent. But I told you, if you go to my playlist, I have a Power playlist called The Truth Behind Power. You'll see who was really going to play Ghost. Michael J. White was going to play Ghost. It's on Stars. I think Ghost will probably get out episode 3. He'll probably get out episode 3 or 4. I think they're gonna, film more on Dre and Tommy and Tasha. I think those 3 are gonna be the main people they focus on while Ghost is locked up. The marathon has been on all day, Mel. But you can go on demand and start from season 1, just like I'm on right now. You can go right up to season 1 and start from this. Not exactly how we planned. And get caught up. In season 2, Lala get naked for the very first time. I must be on 50 Cent's payroll because I like this show Power. I don't think 50 would have to pay me to watch Power. I mean, if he want to cut me a check for watching it, that's cool. But I'm going to watch Power regardless. See, it's easy to sell something that works, that's good. It's hard to sell something that's bad. Trust me, I was in sales a lot in my business professional career. I dealt with cold call sales when people weren't expecting my calls and got sales. So you got to be able to sell quick. Because first of all, people be like, wait a minute, who are you? What do you got here? My favorite character on the show, besides Kanan, is Ghost. Ghost is really my favorite character on the show. I never really saw The Wire and got into The Wire. So once they clean The Wire up and make it for like 4K quality or HD quality, when I was watching a marathon and they brought it back, it looked so generic. I'm like, my goodness, what is this? Yes, that is the same lady that played in Little Kim and Notorious. Yeah, that's what I said yesterday. They killed Milan too quick, I thought. They chose him because of, remember the movie Next Day Air? That's how he got the role of Ghost as the test screening shot when they tried to tell him Omar could play this role. They knew he could play the guy dressed up in the suit. They weren't sure he could play the other side that they needed him to be, Ghost. They weren't sure about him being Ghost. They were sure about this side of him. But in Next Day Air, remember he played exactly. He played Ghost. Basically, that character was Ghost. This man said he wasn't in Next Day Air. Educate that man, please. He was Shav. And he was doing that cocaine deal in that room. That was his audition for Power. Once they saw that, 50 said, oh, this guy could do it. And he wanted to get Omar to do this show. But there was a problem. Omar was already on another show at the same time. He was one of the guys sleeping with Gabrielle Union on the Truth Behind Being Mary Jane show. Oh, see, women all know about that right off the bat because they watch that crazy show. He was on that show and going back and forth as her love interest. So he ended up leaving the show. He asked them, could he leave the show to go try to do Power? Because this was his moment to break out and lead his own film or lead his own show and make a name for him. And it ended up working out for him. This is his scandal, you know, and all this. He finally got his lane, his avenue. Fifty believed in him. Do you know he messed up the first audition? And they weren't going to take him. Omar messed up the first audition. They didn't believe that he could play Ghost. And 50 Cent called him. They called 50 and was like, well, we saw him and yeah, he kind of looked the part, but he was like, what? So he called Omar and was like, Omar, what did you do? And he was like, I was doing what they asked me to do. You know, I did the role. He was, no, dude, be the guy from Next Day Air. When they want to see Ghost, that's Ghost. That's the guy you be. We know you could play James St. Patrick. They know you could play him. You gotta be Ghost. You gotta convince them you could be Ghost. And we're 4 seasons in. Are y'all convinced he could play Ghost? Ghost or James St. Patrick? I don't think he ever read for the part. No. I don't think Michael J. White ever read for it. You know, somebody sent him my video and he put up there, that's interesting. They were looking for him to be the part. That's what the guy they were looking at to play him. But the only problem is that they want somebody who the people wouldn't suspect as being the menacing person that Ghost is, the ruthless person. They look at Michael J. White and said they wouldn't go, oh yeah, I can see him being Ghost. With him, Omar, he could be James St. Patrick and you would not assume that that person would be Ghost. That's the difference. And with Michael J. White, you've seen him, he's a martial artist. One of probably the most dangerous martial artists in the world. You see him, he looks menacing. He looks big. He looks like the guy that you've seen him kicking butt. So when you see him, it's no surprise when he's Ghost. One of the first roles I ever seen Michael J. White play, he played a homosexual in a club. He had a bit role in a club, and he helped a guy who had gallstones, took his car and drove him to the hospital. Yep. In Hollywood, you're going to see some weird things. All that black people in the dress stuff, y'all got to get over that craziness. They want to put us all in dresses. I'm like, dude, that's comedy to them. That's nothing. They demean you in more ways than putting on a dress. They just look at it as comedy. They wear dresses. It ain't like they just putting black people in dresses. They put themselves in dresses too. White people wear a dress, to them, that's comedy. They see the guy in the dress and falling down and stuff, that's comedy to them. There's more white people wearing dresses than it is blacks. But y'all fell for that. Like, no, they trying to demean us. How about the fact that they making the black guy homosexual all the time? That's more demeaning to me than putting on a dress. Ving Rhames got a gross point in the movie for playing that role. When Quentin Tarantino asked him to play that role, it was in the script. And he did it for a gross point in the film. He made more money off Pulp Fiction than any actor in it. Pulp Fiction made over $100 million. Ving Rhames still gets paid off Pulp Fiction to this day because he has points in the movie. The script was, and see, this is what Dave Chappelle, they just wrote that up as a way of getting him out the hospital. I mean, not out the hospital, but out of the, get him out of the jail scene. What do you mean Eddie Murphy ain't wore a dress? Eddie Murphy dressed up as a woman in the Nutty Professor. He done wore a dress plenty of time. That's always been a part of comedy. When people have dressed up, putting on the dress for the act, they were saying, oh, he dressed him up as a woman to get him out of there. Yep, Norbit and all that stuff. There's other situations that are more terrifying in Hollywood. The black guy gotta be on dope. The black guy's gotta be ignorant. The black guy in the film has gotta be gay. The black guy, he's always, see, this is why directors and black entertainers have to come together to make sure that when they're doing films, they're not marginalized. Y'all are worried about a dress. There's every role that they make for the blacks is a very limited role. There's 1% blacks in all of these films that they do. So normally they call it the token black guy role, where the black guy don't really have any significance in the film at all except for to keep the black media off their back. They throw the token black guy in there. And when he's in the film, he can't just be the token black guy with a good job and just like everybody else. So you have to be socially responsible when you're putting these black characters in film. The black woman, oh, she's a part-time prostitute. She's the only black character in the movie, but she has to be the prostitute too. Or she's on welfare. See, y'all are focused on what they want you to focusing on a dress. He dressing up in a dress. He doing a humiliation ritual and all that. I'm like, dude, you don't even understand what's happening right before your face. It's like if you're going to make a character gay, you got 15 other white characters to choose from in this film. Why would you take the only black character in the film and make him homosexual? It's by design. No, they push this in our community because people go off what they see, not what they're told. You start seeing this and you start programming yourself to believe when you see gay, you see black. When you see drugs, you see black. When you see crime, you think black. You think anything that they deem as negative, they attach it to us. Yeah, right. You see more white men in dresses than you see black men in dresses. That's fact. So all that stuff about dresses, I don't even focus on that. That's distraction. They program you with negativity. Prove it. And go to every comedian in the world. Did James, what's his name? Jim Carrey, the comedian, did he wear a dress? Yep. He wore one. Robin Williams was Miss Doubtfire. He wore one. All these comedians have dressed up. Rodney Dangerfield. All of these comedians, when they all dressed up as a woman or a nun for a scene, it was all done for the moments of part of comedy. Comedic role. Jim Carrey right now, he's executive producing. He takes his 200, 300 million and multiplies it by producing. He's producing the comedy show on HBO. It's a show about stand-up comedy. The worst hip-hop album of 2017 is anything Meek Mill puts out. Oh, well, it's on Showtime.
Mike.
See, this is going to be key, too. Sax and Mike. Because, see, Sax was starting to think something was up, too, with Mike on the show Power. So I think Sax might end up turning up some information too. Because he was on there doing actual police work, and then this ended up dropping in his lap. Every time he gets close, something happens. He kept blaming Angela for it, but it wasn't Angela's fault. It was Sax. I mean, it was Mike's fault. So he was getting close to Mike too. But we've talked about this enough. Enjoy Power tonight. I'm out.